call it good. I'll wait a second for people to join, but I kind of jumped the gun. Of course, getting new instrument, always exciting. Always exciting. I can't see either. So many lights in my eyes. Um, but yeah, you may notice I've been able to move things out a little bit, and I've got a lot more space here. I've been doing a lot of reorganization at home. Um, and that means I've got a much more proper composing studio set up in the library. Yeah, so I looks like everything started. I've got my computer down here, so if I'm looking down here, I'm just going to be looking at the computer because the camera is way over there. Hello, Sincere. Yes. So you may notice sitting around me, I've got all my larger sizes of clarinets. Right here, I've got probably the one I should get out the least is my bass clarinet. And the reason is this is not a very good instrument. It's an old Vito, and it does not play very well in the clarinet register. And there's some things going wrong with this horn that I don't know exactly what it is. But yeah, no, I don't get the bass clarinet out very often just because it doesn't play very well. I would like to go ahead and one of these days upgrade to one of those low C Chinese bass clarinets, but hey, it is what it is. That's not what I have today. So bass clarinet, and of course I've got my my beloved alto clarinet right here. Let's see if I can get this way low on the peg. It's so much easier to play the alto clarinet than it is to play the bass. And then, of course, I've got the great bass right here. And I'm probably just going to have to bite the bullet and put a peg on this thing. So yeah, that's the low clarinets. And I also have my G clarinet here. I'll play a few notes on the G. It's, of course, much closer to the alto, or tenor clarinet as I do call it. Alright, so you kind of got yourself familiarized with the low clarinets that I've got. Well, of course, obviously I've got a new low clarinet. And it's been sitting in my living room nearly an hour now. All right. Let's go ahead and unbox this baby. I've been working on getting this now for a couple months, though I've known about this instrument since before it was built. So this is a very, very unusual instrument, and I'm about to cut myself with this kitchen knife. I couldn't find my box cutter anywhere. Okay. Let's see what the bubble wrap gods have in store for me. Bubble wrap. Pretty much fully deflated bubble wrap. Oh, okay, here are a few things. Oh, what do we have here? This is not something I was expecting. Ooh, mouthpiece. Another mouthpiece. Oh, I'm gonna have to try these out. I think I know what these on. I'll save these for later. Okay. Oh, that's a third mouthpiece that I just found in there. Okay, that's awesome. I better make sure I go through all the little things in here before I throw away the packaging. Okay. All right, let's start with the most conventional thing I've got here. This is the bell. And lo and behold, it is stuck in bubble wrap. It's a saxophone. No, it's not a saxophone. I've got all my clarinets around me. Of course, it's going to be a low clarinet. And its bell is pretty much identical to my bass clarinet's bell. Yeah, pretty much identical. Alright, that's pretty standard there. I'm going to need to get a peg put on there, but that's no biggie. There's one joint. Here's another joint. Let's get this first joint out. This is interesting. I'm wondering if, that's something I'll look at later. I think that's something else entirely. Okay, now. That is, that's more what I was expecting. There we go. And if you follow my good friend Jared DeLeon, you may just know exactly what this is. All right. This is, of course, Jared DeLeon's G bass clarinet. This is the prototype. This is the one that he did the original video on. And let's see if I can find the neck in here. There we go. Oh, there's... Alright. So I've got the neck assembly here. Ooh, that's gotten really tight. There, that's a little bit better. Have any cork grease within reach? No, it's fine, it works. Alright, there's that. And this is gonna go in here. Yep. It's a very, very recognizable horn. Um, and the first thing I'm going to comment on it is light. My God, it is so light. I was not, I work with, the 3D printed great bassoon all day long, and I was not anticipating how unbelievably light this is. It's like a quarter of the weight of my bass clarinet. I mean, this is just an absolute featherweight. I'm going to go grab a neck strap real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got a neck strap, although this one is awfully bouncy. And we're going to get my bass clarinet mouthpiece. I've got for bass clarinet mouthpiece, a Van Doren B45. Pretty standard. Yeah. Oh, gee, what key could it be in? Yes, and Marcus, you've played Jared's, not this one, but the second one. So, all right, so real quick, I want to do a side-by-side comparison between the G bass and the B flat bass. So you can see that the G bass is bigger. You can see they do have the same bell on them. The G bass is a little bit taller. This is a low E flat instrument. This only goes down to low E. All right, so let's see. Wow, that is just so resonant and responsive. It is. Yeah, it's a huge sound. I mean, it's just lovely. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm going to definitely need to get a peg for it. That's obvious. Let's see. All right, so there's some adjustment here. The bell key doesn't want to close all the way. I may want to put like an adjustment screw on there or something. Not terribly difficult. No sliver key there. Don't really need it. But I heard some of the pros play the second version at World Clarinet Fest and wouldn't have known it wasn't a normal bass without looking even at the upper range. Yeah, the upper range on this I'm gonna have to get used to because of the simple system octave vents, and it like the upper A. There's a lot of resistance on that note in particular, and I think Jerry fixed that on the second instrument. But I mean, yeah, man. Man, that is responsive. That's, I mean, just. Now, I want to go back to the B flat bass and do basically the same kind of thing on there. I want to kind of hear if there's any kind of tonal difference between the two. So what is that? An E flat scale. Let's see if I can do E flat scale, which means I'd have to play on here. Yeah, let's do a different scale. Because let's do the G scale. Yeah, G. That's written G scale. What model is my B flat bass? It's just a veto. Which means I'm going to play a B flat scale on the G bass. couple extra notes below the B flat bass, which is quite nice. Now, let's hear what that same scale would sound like on the contralto. Not as friendly of a key on the contralto. Not quite. So, yes, I am duly impressed with this thing. It makes a great, great sound on it. Hats off to Jared and his creation here. This is really just a phenomenal... oh, I see what he did here. There are two little alignment dots. Aha. Let's see if that makes the low E any better. Yeah, a lot better. Okay. Yeah, the key work does not feel weird at all. You know, there's some play here in these keys. Yeah, I mean, it takes a little getting used to, but I mean, it plays like a clarinet. It really does. And it is one of the coolest instruments in my collection now. Yeah, I love it. It is fantastic. And just because I am a very, very silly composer, of course, I went ahead and added a part for this in Symphony 3. Because why not? I mean, if you got friends who are inventing instruments, you might as well have some music for them. So, yeah, this will feature in Symphony 3. Just a little bit. No, actually a whole part. Jared and I might take turns recording parts of it. But, yeah, we've got the two only G bass clarinets in the world. I got to figure out how to convince Jared to make this into a low C instrument. That would be awesome, to have a low C, G. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I was hoping Jared would show up. Maybe he's somewhere lurking, but it is a phenomenal instrument here. And this, again, is the prototype. This is not actually, if you were to get one from him now, this is not the instrument that you would get. You would actually get a much more refined instrument. Not much tone between the B and G comes across over the mic. Maybe a bit similar to German bass and French bass, but not quite as noticeable. Yeah, there's not a huge difference between the two. It's one of those things. It might make some keys, some passages simpler, but you know, hey, it's a freaking bass clarinet in the key of G. I mean, how awesome is that? How awesome that this thing is so light. Like, I cannot begin to tell you how light this thing is. It's just, there's nothing to it. Oh, let's take a look at the other goodies Jared sent me. So this is a new bass sax mouthpiece, Barry sax mouthpiece. I bet this is the Barry sax version of the bass sax mouthpiece that he made. I'll have to ask him about that. So yeah, there's a Barry sax mouthpiece there. This is this a contrabass clarinet mouthpiece, or is this an octo? This is, I can't tell. I think this is I think this is a contrabass, a B flat contrabass mouthpiece, but it might be an octo contrabass mouthpiece. And then there is a very tiny little A flat clarinet or piccolo clarinet mouthpiece, which I've got Jared's piccolo clarinet right behind me, right back here. It needs pads on it, but it's there. Yeah. So yeah, another piccolo clarinet mouthpiece, and I think, well, yeah, there are some other goodies in there, like a whole set of extra parts. In case something breaks, I have a whole set of extra keys and an upper body joint. You know, I better double check and see if there's not an extra lower body joint in there. I don't think there is. I think I've got everything out. Let's set this down. Okay. So, yes, I've got everything out of the box. All right. All right. Contrabass mouthpiece has a 28.4 millimeter bore. Well, you mean, Marcus, do I have to go get my calipers? Well, you know what I could do is I could just go and grab an octo contrabass clarinet mouthpiece. And I've got two octo contrabass clarinet mouthpieces. That's what it is. It's an octo. So this is the much newer version. Oh, and I know what I need to do with this one. Yes. Okay. There's somebody that I need to give that to. Okay. All right. So yeah, I might do a quick photo here in just a little bit with all the low clarinets just kind of laid out on the floor, but yeah. Octo for scale. Octo contrabass clarinet mouthpiece. So yeah, here's two of them. Yeah, I don't know. This is an old one that Jared sent me the file for. This is not the actual one he's using. This is, though, I think. And the reason I can tell is the rails on here. The rails are super, super thin on the original. Okay, so, all right, if anybody else has any questions, I'll be here for another minute or so. I'm going to be interested to see how this this Barry sax mouthpiece works. This might be really nice. But I don't want to get a Barry sax out right now. So, all right, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. My living room was clean an hour ago. Now it's an absolute mess. I need to get that fixed. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've got some G bass clarinet to practice now. Yay. All right. Thanks, guys.